Dracula is the blood-sucking monster that we all know, and for some, he's haunted our nightmares for decades. Of course, Dracula, as we know him, as we know him, is completely fictional. But what if I were to tell you the real inspiration behind him was much more terrifying? Enter Vlad Dracula III, Prince of Wallachia, also nicknamed the Impeller. Why the Impeller, you ask? One of his favorite torture methods was to plant a wood stake into the ground and then put his victims upon it and allow it to impale them. And many of the times he would start at the region where, as The Rock would say, where the sun don't shine. This was obviously an extremely painful process, especially considering the victims were not dead. They would just be planted on these things, and he would allow gravity and your own body weight to do all the work for him. This wasn't a one-time event either. At one point, he did this to 20,000 Ottoman soldiers all at once. It created such a grisly scene that the Ottoman army, or the rest of it, had no choice but to turn back and retreat just because they were so horrified by the scene. So you might be wondering, what's with the whole history lesson? Well, I really just wanted to stress how batshit insane it is that they decided to make an action figure of this person. But of course I did decide to buy it, so I can't blame them. As far as the articulation goes, it's surprisingly pretty good, especially considering this figure came out back in 2010. And yeah, I was able to get him into some pretty dynamic poses. Nothing too crazy. I mean, this figure definitely doesn't have like Spider-Man levels of articulation, but overall it's pretty good. There is one issue with it though. So the one issue with the articulation with this figure is the fact that his boots are actually made of like a rubbery-ish material, as you can see. That's like completely rubber here, the boots at least, and because of that, without the stick, it makes it really hard to sand them. So that's my issue, and maybe that's just my problem because I don't have the most well how do you say it, well insulated house. So because of that, my house gets a bit warmer, and you know, heat isn't the best thing for action figures. Going from really hot to really cold isn't something that is very good for your action figures. So because of that, I feel like maybe because of the rubber especially, it tends to loosen up, and that's why I have somewhat of an issue with it. But yeah, I don't have the perfectly insulated home. Some people, if you do, you know, I know some people will literally straight up build a whole room for their toys and perfectly make it insulated, but unfortunately that's you know, not my case. I can't afford that, but you know, it is what it is. Ultimately, I'm grateful for what I do have. But yeah, besides that, the articulation is great. I mean, dude, the ab crunch on this guy is insane. Bro can bend down and, you know, do his own little, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, articulation wise, this figure isn't bad, besides the one issue of the legs being rubber. And yeah, let's move on. As far as the detail on this figure, I mean, it's amazing. Well, there is one issue, but I'll get to it in a second. But the detail on this figure is really, really good. Like, I mean, bro, this clothes he's wearing is super, super soft. I mean, this shit feels like goddamn FUBU over here, bro.
What the hell are you wearing? Boo-foo. Boo-foo.
By us. Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? Besides that though, besides the texture of his clothes, like I said, it looks really detailed. I mean, it really does look really soft, and it really is really soft. I do like the crown. My two complaints when it comes to the detail on this figure is the fact that the crown itself, It's a very different color compared to the cloth, obviously. And I think what they could have did to counteract that, instead of coloring this, was to just put some of this material over top of it. But I can't knock them too much, because it still does look really good for the most part. I just dislike how it is such a different color from this to this, and I think they're supposed to look the same, and you know, it just doesn't. So you know, that's my complaint when it comes to that. And my other complaints as far as the detail is the fact that his hair doesn't particularly look exactly like the images, and I don't want it to look exactly perfect, but his hair, from what I can see in drawings and pictures that, you know, we think at least are close to the real thing, because obviously we don't have a picture, we didn't have cameras back in the days, at least not that fucking far back, is the fact that his hair is a bit more straight than it is in real life. His hair, from what I see in images and his depictions, is his hair are a bit more like rolls, if that makes sense. His hair was kind of like curly rolls. I like, genuinely, when I was looking at the image, I was like, damn, this dude has like amazing hair. Like, I would love to have like hair like that. Like, my hair curls, but his shit was just like, if you know, if the pictures we have are legitimately what his hair looked like that's amazing ass hair. Besides those two little things, though, genuinely really great detail. Really like it. Like I said, I love the whole cloth feel for this figure. The little thing underneath, obviously you have his pants and the undershirt or undercover, and it does very much look like you know, the drawings and pictures that we see of him. So yeah, but besides that, let's move on. As far as the accessories go, you do get a good decent amount. You get the sword sheath, which does also have the string on it. You can put around him, of course. I had it on earlier, even though you're supposed to put it a different way, at least on the packaging. I couldn't figure out how you're supposed to do it, how they have it on the packaging. I'll put a image up of it, how they have it on the packaging, if I can. And of course, the sword that goes into the sheath itself, and some type of I forget what these are called, but it's like a bludgeony weapon, almost like a mace, I guess is what you would call these, right? I think, at least. I'll look it up. Hopefully that is correct. Obviously, you have his like turban with the feather and his like kind of little jewel in the middle there. It's pretty cool. And of course, you have this huge staff, which is even, if I can show you guys real quick, which is even taller than him, which just tells you how long this damn thing is. And you have his glass, which I really love this glass, actually. It has obviously some type of wine or blood in it, and it has like 2 bubbles, which I think is so greatly detailed how they actually put something in it. And the main reason I say it may be wine or blood is because Vlad was rumored to drink blood and to also bathe in it. And then I think it was a rumor that he would eat underneath his impaled victims. That one might actually be true. I'm not sure about that one, but that's something I've also heard as far as, you know, the legacy this guy leaves behind. I mean, you guys can watch videos about him. Even while he was alive, people were making rumors about him and just making like crazy statements about him, and just because of how cruel and crazy he was. I mean, yeah, man. But yeah, as far as accessories, I can't really complain. I wouldn't know what else they had come with. I should mention also here that there is a different version of this figure. It's essentially the same figure, but he does come with a couple more accessories. It's called like some type of exclusive. I'll put an image up of it. But essentially it comes with, I think, an accessory or 2 more. One of them is a decapitated head. And then I think the difference also is that this comes a little bit bloodied up. And if you are interested in getting that one instead of this one, it's essentially the same figure, but I will warn, that one is a whole lot more expensive than this one. It really was like an exclusive figure somewhere or something, so it's kind of rare, and because of that, it's just stupidly expensive, and I don't think it's worth it. Because as cool as it is that it comes with a decapitated head, I just don't think spending, what was it, like $400 or $500 for that figure is worth that. It's, you know, worth it personally. Especially considering the significant price difference with this one and that one. So, yeah. Anyways, let's move on. As far as the scale goes, I don't really have much to say. Vlad, I can't really pull a real height for him. I've looked it up, and I've heard he stands tall, but that doesn't really mean much as far as height. He looks okay next to these other 1/6 scale figures. His actual height as far as the figure goes is around 12 inches. I'll put a picture up. And with the hat on, he's a little, I think, around 13. But overall, I think he fits pretty well into the scale. You won't have any issues with that. Overall, my final thoughts on this figure, is it worth it? I personally would say yes. I paid around $120 for mine. I got free shipping with it. I'd say around that price range from $100 to $150 is the price point I would say that this figure is worth it at. Anything above that is a little expensive in my opinion, and probably I wouldn't pay that. And just, again, that's my opinion. Definitely wouldn't pay for that exclusive edition as I showed you guys earlier. That thing is stupid expensive, as I said. That one is $500 and I paid $120 for this one. I'd much rather just not have the decapitated head in that case. I can always make my own if I really want to. But yeah, overall, this figure is pretty well, despite, again, me complaining about a couple little things on it. And for the most part, those were really nitpicks when it comes to me. I'm just a stickler for detail on certain things when I know about it. But for the most part, this figure I'd say is perfect. Not perfect, it does have its flaws, but considering this figure came from, what, 2010? This figure came out back in 2010, so I definitely would say that this figure is pretty fucking good and holds up pretty fucking well. Would I recommend it to people? Yes and no. If you are interested in it, then I would recommend buying it. But if you're not someone who gives much of a shit about history, then I don't see why you would want this, to be honest. Unless you're a huge Dracula fan, as in obviously the fictional character and not this person, then yes, of course, there's the historical reasoning behind it, him being somewhat of an inspiration for us. Even though that is kind of disputed, I've heard about this to a certain point as well. It's disputed how much he inspired Dracula, because I've heard that, at least on the Blu-ray that I saw of the movie itself, there was a little bit of a documentary that I was watching a bit of it, and on that Blu-ray they were trying to claim that Vlad Dracula only inspired the name, but I kind of doubt that, considering all the rumors with him with blood. So maybe there's certain aspects of him, of the character Dracula, that were drawn from other people, but Vlad was most definitely an inspiration for it. I couldn't see it just being just a name, in my opinion. But yeah, if you're a historical person who likes history and you like the, interesting conversations about history and things like that, I definitely recommend this figure. Especially if you're like a history teacher, or if you're a history teacher especially and you like history, then man, get this figure. It's awesome, honestly. It's a little pricey, but I mean, for what you get, I definitely say it's worth it. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this figure. I really love the history behind it, even though it's kind of fucked up history, but I mean, that's most history. But yeah, let me get y'all out of here, man. Hopefully, yeah. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you are new around here, I'd appreciate it if you were to subscribe. If you did enjoy this week's video, I do try and cover different things. I don't want to cover the same old things. Even though here and there I will cover a product that other people most definitely have covered, much like the Pamela Voorhees NECA figure. Even though I do try and put my own twist and spin onto everything I do usually. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Next week's video will be on about the Folsom Toy Show. I did actually end up going today. That was today. This video was supposed to be out way before today, but busy work week, and in general me being kind of lazy and the heat kind of killing me as well. So yeah, got a little behind schedule, but yeah, that video will be coming out. I did go to a Folsom Toy Show, and for a little sneak peek, I did get this guy. Maybe I should say gal, but I don't even know. But yeah, I did pick that up. I did end up picking up like a lot of Halloween stuff, more than I did pick up toys, to be honest. Even though there was a couple toys that I picked up as well. But I'll save that for, this coming up video. I do apologize because this video will probably be coming out Monday, considering today is Sunday, and uploading it takes a pretty good minute, at least, considering I upload this shit from my phone. But I appreciate y'all who are subscribers. I appreciate all my subscribers, man. especially for the people who be watching my videos week to week. Really do appreciate y'all. I know my homie Josh be watching me fucking here and there. My homie Nick, appreciate you, dog. He helps me with the videos as well, so always appreciate him. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope your family's doing well. Hope your pets are doing well. And hopefully I see you guys next time on another video. So yeah, see ya. Be blessed.